Okay, we're gonna say rook h3. It's incorrect. No! Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we're gonna be trying to attempt the hardest rated puzzles on chess.com. Now these not only have a high rating but are the lowest acceptance rates, so let's just get right into it. Feel free to try these along with me because I'm going to try and solve these in real time, so have a go with me. This first one is rated 3,372 and has a pass rate of 1.38%. So let's just get right into it. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to be talking through my thought process, so bear with me here. So okay, rook f1 check seems obvious because it would be mate if not for queen f2. So rook f1, queen f2. You could just take on f2 and rook takes, but then what's happening? Surely that can't be the answer. That's too simple. So okay, there's got to be something else after queen f2. Queen f2. Okay, I'm trying to think of other ways I could potentially attack the king. So after rook f1, queen f2, I'm trying to think what else I can do with maybe my queen. I thought maybe sacrificing rook f7, that doesn't literally do anything, so that's not in the question. Now I'm thinking about stuff I can do with the queen. I've just seen this move queen e1, which looks quite interesting. So rook f1, queen f2, queen e1. Now I'm thinking about what does it actually do? What happens if they just take on f1? So queen takes f1, queen takes f1, check. Then, okay, it comes with a check, but now the king can just escape. Oh, actually, the king can escape to g6, but then you have queen f7. Okay, there we go. And now we're getting mated on g7. Okay, so we're going to get rook f1, queen f2, check. No, sorry, not check. So we're going to get rook f1, queen f2, queen e1. If they take the rook, we take with check. If king e5, then what? Do we get queen a1 and we get this pin? I think that's the right answer. Should we see if it's the right answer? Let's see. We've got rook f1. Okay, that was right. Queen f2. Now, I think queen e1 is the right answer. Yes! Oh my god, we actually got it right. Okay, queen takes. And there we go. We solved the first puzzle. Very quickly, might I add. Can I just say? So after rook f1 check, queen f2. The reason why you couldn't probably just take it, I mean you can, but after this, white doesn't have anything amazing. I mean, our king is still quite weak and we can't exploit black's king in the best way. With queen e1 though, we are threatening to take on f2 and actually win the queen because we have two attackers now. So to mitigate that, black can just sacrifice their queen. So now it's the same result. We've lost a queen. We've lost a rook for a queen. But in this case, black is running out of choices. Their king is very weak, and if they're not careful, we can actually take on f7 next and potentially mate or at least win this bishop. So nice, we got that one down. Good. This is the next puzzle. It's white to move. It's rated 3,463 with a pass rate of 1.76%. So another toughie. Let's just see what we can do. Okay. So my initial instinct is queen h7. Let's just sack the queen. Why not, right? So queen h7, the king has to take. Now, does rook h3 do anything? No, it doesn't do anything. The king just can retreat back. So, okay, we don't get to sacrifice the queen, but that's okay. Let's see what else we can do. What happens if we go rook h3 first? If we go rook h3, we're threatening mate. They can do two things. So they go king g8. Oh, after rook h3... they have to go, okay, if they can go king g8, we can take on h7, king f7. Is the king running away? We have queen h5, but then if g6, queen h7. So they can't do that. So after rook h3, king g8, take on h7, king f7, queen h5. They go back to g8. Maybe something like queen g6? Also, after rook h3, they just have h6, but you can definitely sack here, right? That's fine. So why is it not rook h3? Rook h3 seems like the right answer to me. It just seems a bit too simple. I don't know. I don't think black has any threats, according to what I'm seeing. So if black had a threat, then it might pose us to maybe play some more forcing moves or accommodate those threats. Right now, it just seems like black doesn't really do anything. Okay, we're going to say rook h3. It's incorrect. No! Oh my god, rook h3 is not the right answer. Okay, well, we'll see why rook h3 is not the right answer in a second. But okay, then what could it be? I just realized rook h3 might not work because of f4. Very sneaky move, because with f4, the queen covers the h7 square. That's very sneaky. Well, in that case, is bishop f4 the right move? It looks very subtle, but actually bishop f4 blocks the queen's access to the king side, which means we can go rook h3 afterwards. Maybe it's bishop h6 then, because with bishop h6, at least after bishop h6, they take, we take, at least the queen is hitting the rook then. And wherever the rook goes, maybe that's where, if we go rook g8, maybe we can go rook h3, but then rook g7. Ooh. Let's see, let's try it. Let's try bishop h6. Here we go. Oh, it is bishop h6. Good. Okay, nice. So bishop h6. They've gone bishop e8. Okay, what's that about? Okay, so now if I take on... Let's see what this is about. Okay, so bishop h6, bishop e8. Now I'm thinking if I take on g7, king takes, then... if we go queen g5 check, they have bishop g6. Or actually... Oh, aha, clever, clever, clever. Bishop g7, king g7, queen e7 check. Because if they block with the rook, we can then go queen g5 check. And they don't have bishop g6, but they do run an escape. What to do? Bishop g7, king g7. Wait, wow, what if I just go queen e7 now? If I go queen e7 now, threatening mate and hitting the rook has to go to g8. So queen e7, rook g8. Okay, now rook g3. Huh? Because now I'm threatening to take on g7. I think that might be the right answer. Let's see. Queen e7. Yes, rook g8. Now rook g3. No, it was so close. Okay, if it's not, then this sacrifice has got to work. Bishop g7. Good. Rook takes. Now queen queen f8. Rook g. If we go queen f8, then rook g8. Queen f6, rook g7, rook g3, then bishop g6. What if I take on e8, but then just rook g7? I think we've got to take on e8. We'll just take that bishop off. There we go. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, okay, so that was very interesting there. So yeah, I guess the reason why rook g3 never really worked is because bishop g6 always came in to kind of save the day and block that kind of threat there. So that's why rook g3 didn't work. But yeah, this is really nice. Takes here and take back, and then we take the bishop here. And yeah, we can always repeat things. Like right now we are threatening queen f6 and rook g3 now that the bishop is no longer able to come to g6. These are spicy. These are quite tough, you know. Interesting. Okay, so this next puzzle has a rating of 3,217 with a pass rate of 1.82%. Let's see. So it's white to move. Let's take a look. So my initial thought was something like queen f4 check, right? We're always going to look for those forcing moves first. But to me, it doesn't really seem like it's doing much. The king can kind of just go back to e8 and then what, right? We could just go back, but there's got to be something more here. Knight c4 also looks good as well. Knight c4 is threatening knight e5 check. And that's threatening to win a queen with this fork. So that's also looking quite good here. I'm trying to think about what black has, because my king also looks weak. However, white's pieces aren't very well coordinated to attack me, so I don't think we need to worry about that in some sense. The question is, after knight c4, what happens if black does something like bishop g7, which then covers the e5 square and hits my queen at the same time? That's going to be quite annoying. What about queen e5? Because queen e5 hits the rook and the bishop at the same time. So that looks quite good. Is that too simple though? It's just a fork. I think it might be queen e5. Queen e5 just looks too good, right? You're just hitting the rook and the bishop at the same time. So let's take a look if that's actually correct. Yes, queen d5. Okay, so queen d5 is covering the bishop, but I don't see why we can't just take the rook. Good. Okay, bishop g7. Okay, now our queen needs to escape. It's a little trapped. We can go to c8 or b8. If we go to b8, then I know they have bishop e5. Is that bad? Well, after bishop e5, maybe queen c8. But now black's bishops and pieces are just active in general. Oh, I can actually... Wait, I can just take on h7. Wait, that might be... Wait, no, if I take on h7, then bishop g6 traps my queen. Okay. Oh, that was close. So I think we have to go queen c8. Yay, we did it! Yeah, so looking at that a little bit further. Queen e5, queen d5 makes sense to defend the bishop. We win the rook. However, bishop g7 is a good attempt to gain actually some compensation for it. Queen h7 gets the queen trapped after bishop g6. But there are some other moves. White has the choice of going queen b8 or c8. So queen c8 was the right move, because if you go to b8, then bishop e5 is actually very powerful here because it hits the queen. The queen has to go to c8, but this was a move lost. And in that move, black has gained very incredible activity with this bishops. So now I think black probably does have a chance to get some compensation in a kingside attack. Something simple as queen h1, threatening this pin, but also now bishop h2 is a very big threat, as well as moves like bishop f3, because now the knight is pinned, it can't take anymore. So whilst my queen is doing nothing over here, that's not a good idea. If they try that here though, if we go queen c8 straight away and then bishop e5, well, I think we can get active before then. Stuff like knight c4, we might come just in time, because now queen h1, we just win the bishop. So I think white is just in time to kind of defend their kingside a bit better. Okay, so this next puzzle is rated 3,341 with a pass rate of 1.85%. So let's see if we can get this one. It's black to move. Oh, it's an endgame. I'm a little bit shit at endgames. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so seems like we've got quite a strong kingside attack. That rook on e3 is looking a little bit unstable. Let's see. My rook on b7 is looking quite nice, but it can't break through on b3. So I'm thinking whether it's worth rerouting it to like c7, or is that too slow? Also, I have ideas like queen d4, which does actually threaten rook b3 check because of this pin. That also looks quite good. So that's what I'm thinking of. I quite like queen d4, but if queen d4, let's say white gets out of it and does something literally anything, like queen e1, gets out the pin, still defends the rook, then rook b3 doesn't come that much of a hit. Although we do then have queen a4, we pick up the pawn because of this pin. So it's looking quite good. But then I guess queen d4, something's literally king a2 will stop that. So maybe queen d4 is not all what we think. I quite like the idea of rook c7, because with rook c7 we're threatening to add more pieces to the second rank. Or at least maybe rook c7, queen c2, king a1. It's nothing concrete that I'm seeing here. Maybe it's not checkmate thing though. Maybe it's just an endgame thing. Yeah, I think it's either queen d4 or rook c7. I think my gut is telling me queen d4. That's what my gut seems to say. So let's try it. I don't know if it's going to work. No. Okay, let's try rook c7. Yes, okay, it is rook c7. Okay, I knew we had something going on here. They've played g5. Interesting. Okay, so with rook c7, g5, let's take a look at what's actually happening. So what if I just go queen c2? If I go queen c2 check, then they're going to go king a1. Do I have anything after that? It doesn't look so clear. I don't really have any other checks other than just trading the queen with queen c1. So that doesn't look good. Maybe what about rook c2? Because with rook c2, I'm threatening rook b2 check, king a1, rook a2 check, king b1, and then I'm actually mating with the queen on that side. So let's see though. After rook c2, white is probably going to take here. So if they take on h6, what if I go king h8, g7 check? Oh, this looks too risky. I don't know, because I was thinking rook c2, take on h6 check. What if I go king g8? Ah, king g8 might be the answer, because then h7 check. King g7? h6 check, though. Nah, this is not going to work. Okay, there's too many pawns. Oh, wait, I can just take. Hold up. Yeah, wait. After rook c2, if they take on h6, I can just go king takes h6, because white doesn't actually have any checks once my king's on h6. They can go g7 and threaten to promote, but this is a forced mate here with this rook b2 and a2 and queen b2 mates. So Actually, we don't need to worry about that. What about taking on f6 though? Because obviously if white takes on f6, then they are going to have some check threats. So let's see. So we've got rook c2. They take on f6 check. Now I feel like there is some clever run with the king here that's going to help me avoid it. If I go king g8, then... oh, I don't know. Because I'm thinking king g8, then f7 check. King g7, but then f8 and promote, and you still get my king on the f file, which is open up to checks. There's got to be something else. Wait, what if I just take? Wait, why didn't I consider that? Why can't I just take on g5? Huh? Question is, which way do I take? If I take with the h pawn, then they do have h6. Okay, let's think about this. If I take with the f pawn, then they have threats like queen f1. H takes g6. Okay, that doesn't matter, because if h6, that's fine. We can just take, because if they give some more checks, we just take on g6, and now white's lost all their potentially harming pawns, and we've got a nice barricade here. So I think it's h takes g5. I'm going to say h takes g5. Yes, okay, h takes g5. Okay, good. Rook h3. Well, now, okay, they're threatening h6. Okay, well, if I go rook c2 straight away, rook c2, h6, I can just take on g6 and there are no checks, right? Even if they go h7, I've got this forcing mate. So maybe now is the time we can just continue with our attack. Let's see. I just think it's going to be rook c2. No, what? Well, maybe we should give queen c2 some more thought, because it is like the only other forcing move I can think of that would be quite beneficial here. But I just think queen c2, then king a1. And what's going on there? Literally why? I guess queen c2, king a1. Well, to be fair, I wanted rook c1 to work here, but obviously rook c1 doesn't work because the queen can just take and the king is too close. So maybe that's what it is. If I go queen c2, king a1, we get the king across. Do I do a really clever rook maneuver and I just go rook d7? Now I'm threatening rook d1, check and win the queen. What's happening though? So we've got queen c2, king a1, rook d2, h6. Do I take on g6? Do I take on g6? Okay, h6. Now, is this where I do that thing where I don't get my king in danger and I just run away? But if I run away, then we need to be very careful about checks. So if I go h8, then g7, king h7, but then what if they promote, takes h7, king h8, and I guess my king is safe here. It looks safe here. What's another thing they can do? Well, they can't really go h7. If they go h7, then I've got my rook d1 check. They've got... oh, it comes with check. Okay, that's a key thing, because then takes. They don't have time to go g7, king takes, and promote, because this is check. Okay, that looks good. Let's try that then. So, okay, let's try queen c2. Nice. Okay, king a1, rook d7. Good. h6. Now, I think the answer is king h8. I think. Is it? I feel like king g8 invites other checks like h7, which is about unnecessary. We can go to the corner straight away. It's king h8. Oh, but then queen b1. I didn't see queen b1, but that's not an issue. We can still go rook d1, no? Yes. g7. King h... okay, we have to go king h7, because if we go king g7... h7 comes with check, king g7, and they promote with check. So we have to go king h7. They take the rook. We take, and exactly the line that we saw. Basically the line that we saw. Oh my god, another one down. These are very interesting. It's tough in the sense that it just requires you to think quite creatively, I'd say. But yeah, these are very interesting. Actually, no, we can't take on g6, because if we take on g6, then h7 comes, and even though we get this with check, queen takes, then we actually can't stop this h-pawn. There's no way of us stopping it going down. That is nice. That is very nice indeed. Okay, this is the last puzzle we're going to try. It's rated 3045 with a pass rate of 2.06%. So let's see if we can do it. It's black to move. That's a lot of pieces on that G file. Okay. My initial thought is what happens if we sack something on h2. But I don't think that... there's just so many threats happening. Oh my god. Like, white is threatening stuff like bishop f6 and picks up the queen. Okay, we need to think if there's anything forcing here. What happens if I go knight f2 check? If knight f2, then if knight takes, then we can just mate with queen h2. If knight f2, then question is what happens if rook takes? If rook takes, that's a bit of an issue. I guess then we can take this bishop here. But I don't know, it seems like there's something might be better. Actually, what happens if I just take on g5 then? If I take on g5, if rook takes, then knight f2 check works. Because if knight takes, then queen h2 mate. If rook g5, knight f2, queen f2. That's the question. Because then if I take on g5, they can take on g3. There's a lot of stuff happening. Okay. We're currently equal in material, which made me think, is this really kind of a mating puzzle? Or is there a chance that we can actually just gain some material here? Rook e2 is also an interesting idea. There's just so many things. I thought of rook e2, then queen takes, then knight f2 check, and we've got a discovery check here. But then actually, they can just take on f2 with the queen. Because even if I take back, they have bishop f6 as their own discovery check. Oh my god, there's just so many things happening. A really tempting move as well is just king g8. Like, just moving our king outside. Because there are so many threats that I want to do. Like, all these rook e2 stuff, or even take on g5. They're going to be combated with this, like, queen c3 or rook f8 and stuff. I just think if I get my king out of that diagonal, I just go king g8. I could then, now I'm threatening so many things. I can continue with my rook g5 plans, worry about bishop f6 checks, which, you know, lose my queen. But that just feels too quiet for the position like this. I don't know. Let's try it and let's see. Okay, I think it's king g8. Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's actually king g8. Okay, rook g3. But now I think after rook g3... Okay, I think after rook g3, can we... Okay, rook e1 doesn't work. No, I was going to say we can try stuff like rook e1. Because if queen takes, we take on h2, but then they just go g1 again. Okay, after rook g3, I think it might be rook e1 check now, because we've got the rook off the back flank. So if we go rook e1 check, the queen can't take because of queen h2 mate. So what else can white do after rook e1 check? Well, if they go king g2, then I just go queen h2. And I'm definitely picking up the queen. So that just looks good to me. If I go rook e1 check and rook g1... what is happening there? I think rook e1 is the right move here, but I'm a bit puzzled after rook g1. The other lines, like queen takes e1, king g2, look absolutely winning for black. But it's this one line where they go rook g1 where I'm a little bit stuck. I'm a little bit trying to think about what black could do here after rook g1. Knight f2 just doesn't work. These kind of threats, they don't really do anything. They can just be taken. Can't sack queen h2, doesn't work. Oh, I guess I could do this. I guess I could go knight h2. Knight h2, queen h2. Then I have this rook g1 check. They can't take with the queen. They have to take with the king. And then we pick up the knight with queen d1 check. Is this better? I mean, I'm still a piece down. I guess I'm picking up g5 though. Like something after king g2, and then straight away we have... Well, can we even win the rook? We've got queen c2 check, and that's going to pick up the rook as well. So this looks good to me. I hope so. Let's see if that's the right answer. Okay, so we think it's rook e1. Yes! Oh my god, rook e1. Okay, they go king g2, which is interesting. I would have thought they would have tried maybe the rook g1 line. But okay, king g2. I'm pretty sure queen h2 is just winning. Amazing, amazing. It says rook g1 doesn't quite hold, but black needs to find another brilliant move. Knight takes h2. And let's see if it's the same line. So knight takes h2, queen takes, yep. And, oh, okay, queen g4, yeah, fine. Queen c2, I mentioned, but queen g4 also just picks it up. Great! Wow, those are some really interesting puzzles. Okay, so those are all the puzzles that I'm going to try for today. There are a few more, so let me know if you want to see me attempt the other ones, but I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to try some of these out yourself, because these are really nice puzzles. I often think Lichess puzzles are often quite similar to these ones, where they often inspire a lot of like creativity and a lot of calculation. Rather than just like pure hardness, there's a kind of elegance to them. So I hope you enjoyed these. I definitely did. They definitely, made me think a little bit outside of the box. And I hope if you did play along too, you managed to get some right as well. So thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye.